What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day today. And as usual, we have another new anime from Fall of Anime 2017 titled A Sister's All You Need. Now, the first thought that pops up into mind after watching the first episode is that it's a very strange show. Now, I'm just gonna say right now, automatically, going into this series, many are probably going to peg this series as like the Ero manga sensei of the season, or the Orimo of the season, or something like that. That's what many are probably going to look at the series as. They're going to peg this series as like the Orimo of this season. And in all honesty, if anyone gets that type of impression from the episode, I can kind of see why. Because the first 2 minutes of this first episode is very misleading. It's completely misleading, and honestly, it can give you a bad vibe to the entirety of the episode, and you might even stop before 2 minutes pass, and I feel like that's how long it's going to take for many probably to drop this series. And so let me kind of go into details. Basically, the overall summary of this episode, it's about a main male character that it has like a sister complex, but he doesn't have a little sister or any sister whatsoever, but he likes little sisters, and he is a writer. He writes, novels, manga, and stuff. Very similar to manga sensei, I admit, when it comes to the plot point. Here's the thing, though. He doesn't have a little sister, but he writes stuff about little sisters, and so in terms of the plot, that's what it's about. But here's the thing. When it starts off, though, like the first 2 minutes of it, you see this very ecchi, perverted scene, which is just like, whoa, like, did I accidentally, like, start watching, like, a borderline H-tie or something when I, you start this episode? Like, I thought I actually clicked on something wrong, and I was not watching the proper series, because I remember looking at the description, and it didn't say nothing about what happened at the beginning of the episode. I'm like, whoa, what am I watching? Like, I was just, looking back and forth like, okay, I'm being put on a list for watching this, but also, because of how messed up this is, like, it's completely different from what I thought it was going to be about. And I'm going to say right now that the first 2 minutes of this series is going to probably make or break it for you. I'm just going to say right now, the first 2 minutes is probably going to weed out all of those that just do not like these themes. It was like more of bait and also just trolling, just to get anyone out that just doesn't even like the theme whatsoever. That's basically what the first 2 minutes were. If you don't like anything to do with these type of themes, and they did that just personally to make sure you just drop the show and don't even carry on with it, which is pretty funny in a way. Regardless, though, many might get the wrong impression from the series thanks to the beginning of the episode, and so I want to kind of clarify a couple of things. The series is perverted. I will admit, it is definitely perverted, but it is not something that focuses on the first 2 minutes, as you can clearly see. What we saw was more of a fantasy than anything else, and basically like a normal series. Like, if it was going over the top and all that with, like, the little sister stuff with her brother, if it was going over the top, that's what we would normally have, but that was a little bit more extreme. But basically, though, that right there, that was a misleading scene, and then the main stuff of the series, is nowhere near that level. It's actually more toned down, and it does seem like you could have a very good and interesting story because of the final segment of the episode. So many are probably asking right now, so Chibi, is it good? Honestly, no. It's not good. It's not. It's not good. It's not. I mean, I'll let it pass because it definitely was trying to do something with its first 2 minutes, and it tried to trick people, and then it went into something else the remainder of the episode. But in terms of just story and the plot and all that, it's not really inspiring whatsoever. It's something we have seen before, for instance, Ero Manga Sensei. It's a recent example, and so it's nothing necessarily amazing. And I don't find it a great series at all. It's okay, and I'm probably going to drop it before everything is said and done. But I gotta say, though, if you didn't finish the episode and you dropped it in the first minute to 2 minutes, then at least give it another shot and finish the episode, because that was, like I said, very misleading. That's actually not what the context of the episode was about. So besides that, how is the visuals? So the visuals of the episode, standard. It's standard, kind of average to below average in some cases, nothing amazing whatsoever. Music overall is somewhat quirky and good, so I have no problem with the music, and the characters are very flat at this moment. Nothing really exciting about them whatsoever besides some of the perverted characters, which that doesn't make them necessarily good characters in terms of writing. So just overall, it's a very flat first episode that doesn't feel like it's trying to be anything good or amazing, and so if you're looking for something very unique or different, this might not be the series for you. Now, like I said, there is some hope for this series, especially for the ending segment of the episode. You have it to where the main male character, he thinks about the first time he met the main female character, and he remembers reading her book, and he got very emotional, and he got into it. It was a really good read. And you see how there is some development going on between these characters, like the way they express themselves, that they have, like, you know, some form of history, and also the main female character, she went through a rough patch in her life, and while the main male character obviously has went through rough patches in his life. And so you see this, you know, interaction throughout the episode, and it hints towards, like, an even greater plot point with the characters, like great development and stuff, but I don't know if the series is willing to take it that far. I just want to say that there is potential for the series to be good, but at this time, though, after watching the first episode, I don't necessarily like it whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm just being honest here. So I want to end it there. It was an okay first episode. I'd say there's a lot better I've already seen. If you haven't seen, like, for instance, you know, the ancient, you know, Magus' Bride, like, from yesterday, go watch that instead. If you want to see some romance or something, just go watch that. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. And if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please like the video. And if you want to support me so I can continue to focus on YouTube, please go in the description and support me on Patreon. It helps me out a lot. So, I love you guys. Please be safe. Chibi out.